Brave Souls Top 10 Best Units in Game. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Do you wish to know which are the best units in Bleach Brave Souls? The most powerful units, the units that are destroying every game mode, that are just uninstalling the game as the admin. Do you wish to know which are the best units, the top 10 best units for all game modes also, because it's not the same PvP as Arena, as PvE, as Co-op Quest, as very different Epic Ride, Guild Quest, etc. We're gonna do a deep analysis and share with you the best units, the top 10 best units in Bleach Brave Souls. Hope that you enjoy and hope that the information gonna be useful and funny for you as a Bleach Brave Souls lover. And also remember to smash a like and subscribe the channel if you enjoy the information. Let's go, let's start the show with a good Bankai all together. Come on! Se no Bankai! Bankai!
千本桜、私は全てを超越する。挽回。御帝のために全て。挽回、短歌の太刀。挽回、紅姫改め。挽回。おさらし。
楽しみますよ。
Bleach Brave Souls.
Bleach Brave Souls! Top 10 units, my friends. Now, after 1000 years Blood Warfare round 15. Which are the best units? Let's make a look, but remember that this video gonna have two parts. The first part showing the tier list of these modes, and then later another second part showing the Guild Quest, the Arena, Speedrun, PvP, etc. Keep in mind, this tier list have two parts to show the best top 10 units in all game modes, in all different parts of the game, because it's not the same play PvP as PvE, as Epic Rides, as Speedrun, as Guild Quest, etc. For this reason, we make the top 10 for all game modes. And let's learn about Bleach Brave Souls. But remember that every tier list is personal opinion. I put it here, my best opinion. I played the game near to 5 years. I played a lot of that units. I played all game modes. I played tons of times, auto, manual, speedrun, making a lot of madness, playing so deep. Then I know the characters and I'm gonna share with you my opinion about the top 10 units in all game modes. Here we go! Another very important pattern that we need to keep in mind is how are those units, how is the power on that units in Bleach Brave Souls, Transcended, Slotted, Special Move Level, etc. This is a tier list to see the maximum power of the units, and for this reason is focused in a general lines. I mean, can be applied for a T10 unit, can be applied for a 3 or a 5 unit, can be applied to a T15 unit, but it's mainly it's focused and thinking about it 5 or a 5 units, because it's when you have the max power on the game. Then the tier list is focused for 5 or a 5 units, max Transcended, T20 and max power. At least in my opinion is focused as this, but also me and my friends did it as a general tier list and can be applied in other cases as T10, T15, no 5 or a 5 units, etc. At least in my opinion, but keep in mind that it's focused and mainly for 5 or a 5 units, max Transcended and max power. Mainly because it's the maximum power in game, is when you are making max damage, and then is when you can go the best scores, the best times, the maximum numbers of damage, etc. Amai no Bankai Zanka no Tachi Minami! Yamaji, it's a monster, my friends. 1000 years Blood Warfare round 15 comes with Yamaji, Iwatch and Aizen Ultra OP3 units, the kings of the game in some game modes for sure. You will see during the tier list. Remember that this tier list is updated after August mid-month. We have the information in game. The last units that comes in game are the August mid-month units, Soifon, Toshiro and Yushiro. Then this tier list is updated till mid-month of August. Then here we go. This is a very updated tier list, top 10 all game modes. Let's go. Sorry to wait, but the introduction is so much important. Here we go. It's time to start the Bankai. Amai no Apadomoka Yamaji Super Remancy. Let's start for the co-op single player quest playing manual. Then when you play versus PvE, player versus environment, but not the Ultra IT, because the Ultra Inheritance Trial is the hardest content. Then it's single player and co-op quest as Enrich a Droplet Zone, Inheritance Zone, single player quest, etc. The best unit for me and the best skills on this point, it's Yama and the skills of Yama. Yama and Aizen have the best kit, the perfect beam, the homing vortex and the perfect third strong. Then it's just wonderful, but Yama have an extra flash step. Also that Yama have double killer, that is different, Hollow and Quincy killer than Aizen that it's captain, and Soul Reaper more focused to destroy the captains. Then the other units, it's Ichigo, Uryu, Ichigo works, the immunity is so important as the Yama have the immunity, Ichigo have the shared immunity, Ichigo works also have the immunity as the 7th anniversary shared, the Ichigo works have the all immunities, Kisuke all immunities, Uryu is just insane damage, an amazing kid but not the homing vortex, Frenzy +2, Yoruichi is also a monster, I mean, those units have insane damage and are just destroying every fucking room in single player or co-op quest because of insane damage. Frenzy +2, SP up, Ichigo Works and Bruno are the only units here with no Frenzy +2, no SP up, but also have insane bombardment, insane kit, wonderful damage, double killer that it's also super interesting. I mean, at least in my opinion, those are the top 10 co-op, single-player, manual units to play manual, at least in my opinion, are literally monsters, are uninstalling the game, clearing a map with a strong, ultra easy, are monsters. Time to go to the second one, that is co-op quest, single-player quest, but now in auto mode, yes, is auto time. Then, when you play auto, which are the best skills, which are the best units, when you play auto, the best are the ranged nat units, no duped. As Aizen, it's just a Kami, insane damage with attack up, just pam pam, deleting the enemies. Also Jushiro with multi-barrier and boost as Aizen, it's amazing, super interesting unit, multi-barrier, boost and ranged unit, it's just a crazy combination. And also Jushiro have drain, just healing himself, it's insane. Masaki is a monster too, with barrier, boost and a ranged unit, nat, poise, etc. It's crazy, the damage is wonderful and never dies, just always killing from ranged man, ranged units, nat, the best ones to auto, at least in my opinion. Then we have Ulquiorra Cacao Society and Rookie and New Year, both ranged units, both monsters. Ulquiorra also drain and attack up, and Rookie have the element reversal to him himself sometimes, and also booster, wonderful booster, to increase the boost status more than normal boosts. Then we have Iwatch, Yuhabaha, it's another booster but it's melee, but at the same time have drain and double flurry. Guard break, it's crazy to auto, man, just gonna heal and gonna destroy so much. Also have a vortex that can be useful. Then go with SP units, the best nat units in my opinion to auto are that 6. And then we have 4 SP units, ultra OP SP units, the best SP units in game, at least in my opinion. And to auto are the reason for the homing vortex, are super good to auto for the homing vortex, and ranged are just insane. Yama is not ranged, for the reason is the last one here, because it's melee, but the vortex, the beam, I mean this Yama gonna destroy so much, the enemy is just not gonna appear. Homing vortex, it's insane. And to co-op quest and single player quests that are not ultra very hard and crazy enemies, the homing vortex is just deleting. Then on my opinion about the homing vortex, Aizen is the best for the drain stuff because it's ranged and also drain, Aizen healing himself a ton. Then Ichigo with the shared immunity, it's insane, and also the random inflicting status, random SP up. Kisuke is very good with all immunities and also the vortex, homing vortex and ranged, wonderful. And then at the end we have Yama that it's melee, and this is just the reason why I put it on the top 10, because the other one are ranged and keeps safer, because keeps far away from the enemies and no go to nut in the head of the enemy, but also Yama have homing vortex and gonna keep safe a lot. Inheritance Trial, Ultra IT. Ultra Inheritance Trial is the hardest co-op quest in game, is the harder content to play versus iron skill enemies, versus high level enemies. It's very very interesting, and also you need to inflict the status element, because when you inflict the status element, then the other enemies lose the iron skill and you make big damage. Because the bad point of the Ultra IT is the iron skill, and if you not inflict the status element to the enemies have super defense and damage reduction, and then you are making less damage. Then the units that have higher chance to inflict the status element are super interesting on IT. Let's see the best units for IT, at least in my opinion the best is Uryu, the 7th anniversary one, because have the disabler, that is the skill to increase the chance to inflict the status element to the other attribute enemies. For example, Uryu have the chance to increase status element to all power enemies, it's crazy. Then this Uryu also have Frenzy +2, this means that whenever he's strong, gonna inflict the status element, have double also, drain and weaken, it's a monster. Super fast, good strong. For manual, at least in my opinion, it's the best. Then we have Ichigo, random inflicting, paralysis and weaken, fucking amazing, the homing vortex, the nuke, sharing immunity, Ichigo is amazing. Then Yama is something similar without the random status, because Yama no inflict random but have insane damage and have an amazing kit. Yama is literally a monster. Then we have Yoruichi, Spirits Are Forever Yoruichi also have the increased chance to inflict the status element, but Yoruichi is not double killer as Ichigo and Yama, is not the same super wonderful kid as Ichi and Yama, but Yoruichi is amazing unit, is the queen of the IT. Then we have Aizen, Kamisama and Kisuke, both with the homing vortex. Aizen, I guess that is more damage, better kid, at least in my opinion. Kisuke is fucking amazing also for all status immunity. The status immunity is wonderful, is super useful to use. Then we have Mama Rexu that heal, have the charged. In the Mama Rexu is amazing, man, it's a monster, the kid, the frenzy +2, but sadly no immunity, it's kind of sad, only one killer, but the damage of Rexu it's insane. Then Ichigo works with double killer, the immunity also is super pretty interesting, the long stride to move faster and keep saver. Then I put in Nini, because Nini have the increased status element chance also, Nini have double killer, Nini not have the best kit on the wall, as Ichigo Wars that have a very good kit, or Retsu that have an amazing kit, or Aizen that have the best kit in game, as Yama, but Nini have increased status element chance, double killer, also sprinter to move around, random inflicts weaken, it's very interesting for the IT. And then at the end, the Zaraki Kenpachi is insanely damaged, man. It's a crazy bigger damage, insane. Also, element reversal can be so useful for IT and a lot of game modes. It's very, very interesting. This Kenny, it's a monster, a lot of power. Sadly, not increased status element chance, but it's a monster to destroy. Just 2-3 strongs, bye-bye. Sadly, no double killer, but it's a monster. And now we arrive to Ultra IT Auto, same as we checked it before, the co-op single player auto, it's time to check the Ultra Inheritance Trial Auto. Now again, the NAT units are the best, the ranged units, NATs are the best. Drain is more important than before because heal is so much interesting, Ultra IT, the enemies are hard, and if you inflict Drain, you're gonna heal himself and keep super saved. Then I guess that Aizen is the best one, because the damage of Aizen is no sense, and also Aizen have the increased status element chance. Aizen have the disabler to inflict more weaken and just destroy all enemies with the attack up. Aizen is insane. Then later Jushiro with Drain and multi-barrier healing himself, just a god man for auto. Ulquiorra no have barrier, no boost, but have Drain and attack up. Ulquiorra, Drain, not ranged unit, insane. Then we have Momo, Momo have increased status element chance, Momo have slow, Momo is very interesting unit for IT, is wonderful, but sadly no barrier and is dying so much. Then after Momo we have the New Year Rukia, the Lunar Rukia with element reversal, ultra pretty interesting, and also the booster to help you more the team. Then we have Masaki, very similar as Rukia, but few less damage and have the barrier, the crazy barrier, but no element reversal that's gonna help Rukia healing himself. Element reversal is super interesting unit, and for auto and long quest as Ultra IT that you need to heal himself, you need to keep the stamina. I think that it's very interesting. Rukia is super good, Masaki too, Masaki is just clearing auto a lot of time, super good with some immunity as a link, etc. Then go the next one, that it's the same that happened before, the best SP units here at the end, because exist some SP units that are super good to auto IT. For example, Aizen or Kisuke, I use it on past, and Aizen it's easy autoing with the Drain and the homing vortex is crazy. Kisuke it's autoing very good too with the immunity and the vortex. Then Ichigo it's more or less the same, inflicting more random status and also with the immunity. And Yama it's a similar case, it's not ranged, but it's doing insane damage and also have the homing vortex. At least in my opinion, those are the best 10 units to auto Ultra Inheritance Trial. Let's go, move to the next one, Epic Raido. Manual Epic Raids. When you play Epic Raido with your hands, you use the power of the bomb to destroy so much. I mean, the best units were are bonus in Epic Raid, not caring about the drop, not caring about the potions. The best units when are bonus, which are the units that fast clear, destroy faster the Epic Raid. Yamaji, 3 nukes, bye bye Epic Raid. Then something similar on Ichigo, because Ichigo have an insane bomb and also have the homing vortex. Ichigo it's literally a monster, my friends. Just because the SP up and the weaken on the bomb, it's taking a lot of the stamina of the boss, it's insane. Ichigo have the homing vortex and the SP up with the nuke, crazy. Then Retsu is the third best unit, at least in my opinion, for the weaken defense, weaken and the charged. You use the charged and you take a lot of stamina, more or less the same as the bomb. I mean, you combine the bomb with the charged of other Retsus and bye bye Epic Raid, ultra easy. Something similar as Uryu have the debuff, Uryu nuke, take a lot of stamina, and the other Uryus with the frenzy +2 and all the stuff, destroy the boss, ultra fast. Both units, Retsu and Uryu, now have the SP up, but have a powerful bomb and have a better kit to destroy so much after the debuff of the nuke. Then the next one is Noel. Noel have an insane OP bomb, just gonna take a lot of damage, a lot of stamina from the boss with the nuke, but then later the kid is not the best. The kid not gonna do the same damage as Retsu Charged or Uryu insane strongs with the Frenzy +2. Then for this reason Noel is here, gonna take a lot with the bomb, with the SP up and the weaken and the stuff, but later gonna be not the same as the other ultra OP units. Then Yoruichi Safu is something similar, but no bombardment, then is doing few less damage than Noel on the bomb, and this is the reason why I put it after Noel. The strongs are good, Yoruichi is making insane damage, but the bomb is doing less damage than the Noel, because half SP up but no bombardment. Then the next one is Grimmjow, because Grimmjow weaken, Grimmjow have the Charged, the Frenzy +2 it's a monster. This Grimmjow is something similar as Retsu, gonna hit so hard and with the Charged gonna destroy the boss, but it's feel different because Retsu inflicts weaken defense and Retsu have so much more power on the bomb, at least in my opinion. For this reason Grimmjow is here, hurrah! Super powerful Grimmjow Cacao Society, but at least in my opinion this is the good place for him. Then the next one is Safui Kenpachi. Safui Kenpachi is a monster with Frenzy +2 and also have weaken on the bomb. It's interesting, it's a similar case of Grimmjow but not have the Charged. Grimmjow gonna make more damage with the Charged. And then we have Aizen Kamisama, Frenzy +2, similar as Kenpachi, weaken, making insane big damage, but not making the same damage on the bomb as Uryu, Noel, Retsu, Ichigo, Oriyama. The kit is fucking amazing, but as I told you, the bomb of Aizen is not powerful, and the previous one, Aizen have the homing vortex, it's insane OP and have the drain and all, but Kenpachi is doing crazy damage, have few less extra damage in the total terms. Also Grimmjow have the Charged. I mean, I think that this is the good place for Aizen. Maybe can be switched with Kenny. Kenny and Aizen are pretty close, but I think that Kenny have few less damage and gonna be crazy for epic rides. And then the last one is Ichigo Works, have a very good bomb, have a very good kit, but no have Frenzy +2, no have the SP up, have double killer, but doesn't matter at all on epic rides, just gonna be few more useful. Imagine Ichigo Works as a bonus, the nuke gonna do insane damage, more than Aizen, more than Kenny, but then later will be slower than Aizen or Kenny with the homing vortex or the Frenzy +2 damage, or as Grimmjow with the Charged. At least in my opinion this is the best epic rides manual units. Now make a look about the auto units. But the auto units, keep in mind that is separated between attack and SP, because exist some units that are super good to SP auto and exist some units that are super good to attack auto. And how we can choose who is better? Is better attack? Is better SP? I mean, both are super good. You can attack or SP auto with a lot of last ditch, with a lot of damage, if the epic ride is not the awakened one, but a lot of last ditch if it's the awakened one. Then the SP unit is just gonna use the strongs with Frenzy +2, wake up and use again the strongs and take a lot of stamina as a bonus unit, and the nat units just gonna destroy always, man. Nat units is crazy for sure, ranged are better. Let's make a look about the epic rides auto units, best units for attack and SP. Yakuzo! Then the best units for auto are the units that are ranged, as happened before, and also if have boost are better. Aizen is just the best. Yushiro, Ulquiorra, Masaki, Rukia, Iwatch, the same as happened before, because Iwatch is melee. And then after Iwatch we have the other best nat melee units, because melee is not good as ranged to auto. Then the best units, at least in my opinion, Kenpachi, Spirits Are Forever With You, with Flurry +2 and the last ditch and the Star Barrier, Crazy Kenny. Then also we have the Kuryashiki with Flurry +2 too, super interesting. Shinji with the booster, the melee booster Shinji, crazy damage, and the Soifona Spirits Are Forever With You with the multi-barrier and ultra good nat unit. Then we go to the SP units, and at least in my opinion the best is Aizen, for the drain and the heal it's crazy. Then Ichigo and Yama are very good with the vortex and insanely damage. Uryu is also crazy because have a very good damage and also have drain, can heal himself a few, but it's melee, gonna die a lot. Then the same happen on Retsu, it's crazy, it's ultra damage, but it's melee. Then those units need to have maximum last ditch to just survive and die and use the strongs again and revive and use the strongs again and take a lot of stamina from the boss. Then Kisuke is another ranged unit, it's all status immunity, super interesting, and the homing vortex super easy. Then we have Nini, random inflicts, weaken, also Frenzy +2, Nini gonna do amazing good damage, man. And after revive, making more strongs, an insane amount of damage, more or less the same as Kenpachi. But Nini is ranged, I feel as Nini can survive few better than Kenpachi. The novel Zareki from Spirits Are Forever With You, Frenzy +2, it's insane, it's a lot of damage. Gonna revive after the last ditch, after die tons of times, use the strongs and making insane amount of damage. I think that are the best SP units to auto with a last ditch build, keep in mind. Then Yoruichi, no frenzy +2, but Yoruichi have a lot of damage too. And at the end, Asejiro, kind of sad, but Asejiro is a good unit with SP up, can do big damage, and also it's a ranged unit, can keep safe. But it's sad the kid is just shafted because Yoruichi and Kenny are here and are melee units and are better than Asejiro, at least in my opinion. And this is the first part of the tier list. Now we're gonna go to the other modes, Guild Quest, Speedrun, Arena, PvP. Hope that you keep enjoying. Remember to smash the like, subscribe the channel, and let's go. Move on, continue with the show. Here we go, the second part, Guild Quest main, Guild Quest supports, Arena, PvP, Brave Battles, and Speedrun. Let's just start for the Guild Quest main. Keep on mind, Guild Quest main, it's equal a Soul Bomb. The best Soul Bomb into the game, because on Guild Quest, on hard Guild Quest, if you have the best Soul Bomb, the maximum damage on Soul Bomb, you can nuke it. You can just enter with good supports, good power on the supports, and just destroy 1 second, sub 2 seconds, destroying with the nuke, mainly the nuke. Then which are the best nuke? The best bombs, soul bombs into the game to destroy the hard Guild Quest with the nuke power to make 1 second, 2 second runs. Let's see. The Yamaji, Amaino, Yamaji, no duped, have the skills to have the best nuke in game, the SP up, the bombardment, weaken on the bomb, that weaken status is so much interesting, also weaken defense, and also increase damage to burning enemies, and weakened enemies is extra 80% damage, it's a monster! And for this reason it's able to solo nuke hard Guild Quest, because yes my friends, Yamaji 5 out of 5 max speed is able to solo nuke hard Guild Quest. Then also 3 out of 5 can destroy hard Guild Quest very easy solo. I mean the Yamaji nuke power, it's just insane my friends, it's super big. Then the next best units are the units that have SP up, weaken prop, and also bombardment. A 7th anniversary Ichigo, it's crazy, and also have the homing vortex, super interesting unit. And Noel have the weaken, Noel have the SP up, Noel it's really crazy and super AC damage. But remember that Ichigo is mine and Noel is the speed. Also we need to keep on mind the attribute, because we have better full stamina links for some attribute than others. For example, the technique is the best attribute to have the full stamina links. Then the technique attributes have few advantage at the time to nuke, to destroy hard Guild Quest with the nuke, because can have few more full stamina damage. When we speak about full stamina damage links, then Noel and Ichigo are very similar, but the Ichigo kit it's obvious better. But if we speak on the terms of the bomb, of the nuke, that is what we are making evaluation here, Ichigo and Noel are very similar, for real. Then the next one is Yoruichi, Spirits Are Forever With You, because the SP up and weakening on the bomb, it's better, it's few less damage than the bombardment with weaken on the bomb, the same case as have Ichigo Works, Bruno and Tsukishima. Kakao Tsukishima have bombardment and weaken on the bomb, it's crazy. It's not good strongs, it's not good kit, but it's able to nuke the ranker hard Guild Quest weak. Also keep on mind about the killer, Ichigo is double killer, Noel is double killer, Yoruichi is not double killer, but Ichigo works and Bruno yes, but Kakao Tsukishima no. Kakao Tsukishima just work 1 week, maybe 2 weeks if you nuke the ranker melee and not use any damage later, but Bruno or Ichigo can nuke and destroy 4 weeks for the double killer. Also Tsukishima have few extra full stamina damage on the soul trait, it's pretty interesting, but it's a speed. Then the technique and the power have better full stamina links, and as I told you, Tsukishima is not double killer. This is the reason why I put it here after Bruno and Ichigo. Ichi better than Bruno for the links full stamina, because we have better technique links, and then for the killer, Tsukishima after Bruno and Ichigo. Then the next one is Asejiro with SP up and bombardment, but sadly drain on the bomb, and then is not useful as Ichigo or Bruno, but have double killer, can nuke different weeks. Then we reach Aizen. Aizen can nuke Soul Reaper ranged, it's crazy, the power of Aizen, it's just weakened, but the Aizen is crazy, have a lot of damage, the full stamina, and is useful also in 4 weeks, not to nuke, but as a main unit is super interesting for weeks, for the captain, for the vortex, etc. And then you watch the last one, you have Baja, that it's able to nuke the ranged weak if you have Aizen as a support. I mean, you have Baja solo, not able to nuke, is not as Yama, the only unit able to nuke solo is Yama, but you have Baja also need a lot of power on the supports. It's a very good unit to nuke, have a very powerful bomb, but nowadays we still not have very good supports to nuke the melee weak, then it's just nuking 1 week the ranged captain 1. Then we have 2 more units that are very interesting. Uryu, it's a monster with the debuff and a lot of damage, is not nuking all, it's not making the nuke run, it's a Shuhei can fear your own wall, but have a lot of damage, is frenzy +2 and it's later destroying, it's one of the best units to main guild quest outside of the nuke run. And then later we have Muramasa. Muramasa is crazy unit that can nuke 1 week, maybe 2 weeks if you are so much crazy, the Soul Reaper killer weeks. but Muramasa is so shitty and gonna be very hard, I not recommend you, but Muramasa is weakened and is bombardment. It's more or less something similar as Kakao Tsukishima, but worse. It's so joke, I not recommend, because have a very powerful bomb. It's weird, but it is what it is. And with this weird Muramasa, let's move to the Guild Quest supports. On Guild Quest supports, we have the SP and the attack supports. As SP are the best characters to nuke run, the best characters to support the nuke run, and keep in mind that characters that are useful in more weeks. For example, Aizen, it's crazy useful, Soul Reaper ranged, melee, Captain ranged, Captain melee. The Homing Vortex also can be useful on the Quincy one. Nowadays Yama better for sure, but Aizen Vortex it's crazy and Aizen as a support is insane. The Homing Vortex help you to nuke so good and so much. Then the next one in my opinion is Daddy Ichigo. Daddy Ichigo have the boost, and then it's super good because it's always using the boost. When you use Daddy Ichigo to nuke, Daddy is normally using the boost on the start, and then is a useful strong to nuke. This means no reset, this means Daddy wonderful. Daddy also, it's useful in different weeks for Captain Killer and for Soul Reaper Killer, Daddy lover. And then the next one is Yamaji. Yamaji have the Homing Vortex, Yamaji have the Beam, also will be a super interesting support unit, but Yamaji gonna be more main unit. I mean, you can use Yamaji as a support for sure, but Yamaji gonna be better main unit because the bomb is the best in game. But also Yamaji have the immunity, the Chariot immunity, pretty interesting and insane damage. Something similar as Ichigo. Ichigo have the Homing Vortex, but no have the Beam. Then gonna be few more annoying the Yama to use and synchronize, because sometimes gonna use the first strong and fuck your nuke run. But Ichigo have the Homing Vortex, for sure can be super interesting. Then Uryu is a monster too. Uryu have the Beam, Uryu have the Launch, Uryu have an amazing kit, but sadly Uryu no have Marauder. I mean, Yama and Ichi can work in different weeks with the Homing Vortex, but Uryu no Marauder and no Vortex. It's insane damage, gonna help you a lot to the nuke run, but sadly just work in 2 weeks and also no have Vortex. Then the next one is Byakuya, 5th anniversary Byaku working in 4 weeks, the Homing Vortex, as I told you, insane to nuke run, amazing help. Next one, Ichigo Works. Ichigo Works have a very good strong and can help you different weeks to nuke with the second strong, but need few reset because the first strong or the third strong gonna fight your run. Then later Ichigo 5th anniversary, something similar, if used the second strong, can be pretty interesting as Ichigo Works, but Ichigo Works have the immunity, few better. Then Kenny Spirits Are Forever with You Novel Kenpachi, just useful for 1 week, but it's insane damage, and also a beam on the second strong. The beam is super interesting for the nuke run, more or less the same as Retsu with the first strong, insane damage, but it's just 1 killer, then just work 1 week, not as Ichigo Works or 5th anniversary Ichigo or 5th anniversary Byaku. But are units super good, SP units monsters with a lot of damage, make the beam and help you to nuke run a lot. And then the last one that I put it as top 11 because it's an ultra OP crazy unit too, and I feel bad to not put on the tier list. It's Kisuke, Spirits Are Forever with you, the Beyond Bankai with the Vortex, allow you to nuke so much when Kisuke use the Vortex, help you to nuke, but it's just 1 killer, it's not the damage as Retsu or Kenpachi, and also it's just working 1 week on Soul Reaper Ranged, for the reason is here on the top 11. And now let's make a look about attack supports for Hardo Guild Questo. Keep in mind that the attack supports for the Guild Quest are not to nuke. The best run, the fastest runs in Guild Quest are the nuke run, when you nuke and just finish in 1 second, 2 seconds, but if you cannot nuke a run, you can do other kind of normal runs with weakened defense on your main, inflict weakened defense on the last boss, and bring Nat supports because Nat are super interesting, and boost is a must. If you wish to do normal run, no nuke, you need a boost. Then the boosting units are super interesting for this reason. Shinji-sama is the best unit, booster with the Vortex and insane damage on Guild Quest, it's marvelous. Also Marauder, super interesting that Shinji have Marauder. Then we have Yuha Baha no Marauder, but Yuha Baha have the booster too, super interesting, with Drain, Paralysis, I mean Yuha Baha Flurry +2, very interesting unit. The booster, it's super interesting if you gonna run Nat supports because booster increase your damage, and if you have just 1 support, just 1 good support to destroy, as Yuha Baha on the week, Shinji on the week, or Ulquiorra on the week, Masaki on the week, if you have just 1 support, you can put another booster to increase your boost status, is pretty interesting, but keep in mind to not put a booster with a boost, if no, can be annoying. Then the next one is Rukia, the New Year Rukia, super interesting, no have the immunity for the week, same as Iwatch, no have the immunity, but have crazy damage and have booster. Iwatch better for the Flurry +2, but Rukia it's crazy damage too and booster, useful in tons of weeks just for the booster. Then later Aizen it's crazy boost, Aizen is destroying the week, 2 nuts uninstalling the game. more or less same as Ulquiorra. Ulquiorra is the best support for that week, I guess, for the Spada week. With the attack up, it's insanely crazy, super big damage for Ulquiorra. Then Jushiro for the hollow ranged week, have the immunity, have the barrier, have the boost. It's just the best support that you can bring as attack support, at least in my opinion. Jushiro is a monster for the hollow ranged week. Then we have Mamasaki, very similar to Jushiro, no multi-barrier, but tons and tons and tons of damage for the no affiliation ranged week. And for other weeks, if you don't have booster and you wish to bring a boost unit that make good damage. Then the next one is Soifon boost and multi-barrier, super interesting 2 melee unit for no affiliation melee week. And the next one is Abirama, Aizen and Kagerosa. Those 3 units no have boost, are not boost as Ulquiorra, Cacao Society, but are insane damage and are ones of the best units for that week. For example, Abirama it's crazy OP. Ulquiorra is few better in my opinion, but Abirama it's crazy OP. If you have Yuha Baja or any booster as Rukia or Shinji with Abirama, bye bye Espada week. Ulquiorra better, sure. Then Aizen, it's more or less the same as Abirama, but for the melee. Abirama is for the Espada ranged, Aizen, the White Day Sexy Aizen, is for the melee Espada week, and then Kagerosa for the no affiliation ranged one. It's a very powerful unit with tons of damage as a nat unit for ranged no affiliation guild questo. Then those are the best guild quest supports in my opinion. Hope that you enjoy it. Let's move on to the arena part. Arena part! Cheers to my arena friends, Rashut, Cepren, Redsuit, crazy arena players that I love it. Here we go, arena time. The best unit, at least in my opinion, the king is Bruno, and I wish to add that on arena, the best skill, the best meta, the best thing is Last Ditch. Last Ditch survival is the best one cause make you annoying. Arena is a balance between attack and defense. If you are a ultra powerful unit, as Uryu, that is the most powerful unit on arena, making the maximum damage, but Uryu just dying. I mean, if you make a mistake, your Uryu gonna die, gonna lose the boost, gonna lose the stat up, and then gonna be feel useless. Also, Uryu is not good as a defense. As a defense, it's just paper, you just come and destroy Uryu. If you make a mistake, Uryu will destroy you as an enemy, but as an enemy is not annoying, never survive. Bruno always survive, Neliel always survive, Tsukishima, Yami survive a lot. I mean, Bruno, Neliel and Tsukishima have a lot of damage, are crazy OP units. Neliel is super interesting too for the affiliation and resisting so much, but Tsukishima it's human, no one dodge Tsukishima and also dodge rankers. Tsukishima is pretty interesting, also have Last Ditch. And Yami it's not big damage, but Yami it's a pain of ass with double Last Ditch, never ends man, it's the biggest defense on arena. I guess as I told you, the Last Ditch is the meta on arena, is the best skill because bring you the balance between attack and defense, and if you don't have defense, you are just paper. You are very good unit, but you are just paper. Then for that reason I put it the Last Ditch units better than the other units with no Last Ditch and super high damage. Then on my opinion it's Bruno, Nel, Tsukishima, Yami, Moe is super interesting too and very annoying enemy with Last Ditch. Kagerosa also Last Ditch, but it's a Soul Reaper, tons of damage and ranged, gonna slap you in 2 nuts, but it's a Soul Reaper, easy to destroy. Ichigo works with all immunity, it's crazy, all immunity, few units have all immunity, and Ichigo have Last Ditch. It's the unique with all immunity, also long stride, Last Ditch, it's a very interesting unit, super fast unit, double killer, OP Ichigo works. Then the 7th anniversary Ichigo randomly inflicting a status, it's so annoying, it's so interesting unit as an enemy, it's pain of ass, but it's paper, no Last Ditch. Ichigo no Last Ditch, Uryu no Last Ditch, Yama no Last Ditch, Aizen no Last Ditch. I mean, after Ichigo works, the Last Ditch meta and the best units is not anymore, and the units no have high defense, not all, maybe some of them, but not all of them, as Ichigo that no have any kind of defense, just random inflicts the status, and this is super annoying as an enemy. And also have the immunity, remember the shared immunity for Ichigo, is a very good support, very helpful, and Uryu making insanely damage, ultra OP damage, it's the best unit in damage terms of arena, but it's paper, it's just attack, it's not defense. Then Yamaji have insane damage too, Yamaji have an insane kit, and also have the immunity, but no have Last Ditch, it's not defense, not random inflicts status, it's just damage and immunity. Then we have Aizen, Aizen read all dodges, Aizen destroy with nut, Aizen multi-barrier, Aizen is an amazing unit, but sadly no Last Ditch, but Aizen is a god. Then later Masaki, as a human, as barrier, Masaki is so annoying and resisting so much, Masaki is really super good on arena. Then later we have the Momobichi, very good arena unit, yep, it's very powerful on arena with the heal and all the stuff, annoying. Then Haribel arena is pretty interesting, super fast, super powerful, randomly inflicts slow, is very interesting. Then we have Safui, Kenpachi, the Zaraki one with the Element Reversal, Frenzy +2. Element Reversal is super interesting on arena, guys, keep on mind. Then Aizen is an amazing unit, 6th anniversary with the dodge and big damage. but sadly no last ditch and nowadays few outdated on arena. Then we have the new Soifon. The new Soifon is very good, randomly inflicts paralysis, frenzy +2, the fastest unit on arena too, remember, because have long stride and extra flash step as the Soifons, is nowadays the fastest unit on arena. You're gonna just boom, and no one gonna touch you, but sadly it's a captain, it's a Soul Reaper, no last ditch, gonna die as a paper, so easy. Then we have Kiske, Spirits Are Forever With You, all status immunity, long stride on arena, homing vortex, very interesting. Sadly it's a Soul Reaper, but it's a very interesting unit with the vortex and a lot of damage. And then the arena Ulquiorra, it's the unique that have Pierce Barrier on arena. It's crazy and it's very interesting unit with good damage, a ranker. I like it, but sadly no last ditch. Then Yuha Baha, it's a very OP unit, flurry +2 and also have the drain, but sadly it's melee, but gonna resist a lot because it's no affiliation and not gonna be easy to kill Yuha Baha. It's a very interesting unit for arena. And then Jushiro have barrier, Jushiro have drain, Jushiro is making a lot of damage, but sadly Jushiro have tons of enemies that destroy him. Ulquiorra for example, and every Soul Reaper killer destroys Jushiro so easy. But Jushiro is a very interesting unit also with multi-barrier. And then the last one we have the Hulk. I wish it to add the Hulk because it's last ditch, have last ditch, and also have multi-barrier and boost. It's an interesting unit, a very good defense unit, but not attack. This Hulk is not making damage, is a trash unit to make damage, then is super high defense as Yami, but not as Yami because Yami it's double last ditch, is more annoying as damage taken unit. But the Hulk, Giriko, it's pretty interesting. Also, I wish to add more units here than a top 10 on Arena because Arena is a very interesting mode. If we should keep as a top 10, Yama is the last one. Yama finished the top 10, but on my opinion, we was making the Arena tier list with friends. We checked that was a lot of Arena very good units, and I just wish to add some more units and not keep it out because are very interesting units. Then it's top 22 for Arena. Hope that you enjoy it. Let's go, move on. Brave battles, PvP. So, Wangamabayu Habaha. Mudada! Ewatch is the best, no doubt about it. Also, if you are interested more on PvP, about PvP tier list, about PvP guide, I'm gonna put on the description and on the cards a PvP guide and a deep tier list about PvP with a lot of detailed explanation and a lot of PvP units which are better than the others. I mean, if you wish more information about PvP, I recommend you to check the full PvP deep tier list. But here, in summary, the best PvP units: Yuha Baha, the Booster, the new God, then Kuriya Shiki, Kenpachi, Askin, Yama, Oko, Jugram, and Findor. At least in my opinion, those are the best units because no boost, and if you boost nowadays as Tsukishima and Chat that are rocks are super good units in PvP, for defense, for attack, are super good units, but boost and then break and then choke, then nullify, I mean it's not good combination with the booster of Ewatch. Then it's the Ewatch, the Yuha Baha H, the period of Ewatch, the meta Ewatch in PvP. I think that Tsukishima and Chat no combine good with Ewatch for that reason that I told you, and for the reason are here. Chat and Tsukishima are very good, but nowadays are few useless with the Ewatch teams, with the Ewatch in your team. I guess that best combination gonna be Ewatch with other units that not nullify and cancel the booster of Ewatch. At least in my opinion. And then Aizen as top 11, Aizen God, Aizen destroying so much with the max SP. But yes, I told you, if you wish more information as a PvP tier list, I recommend you to check the deep one with a lot of information for PvP. And now let's go and let's finish this with my favorite part, the speed run. Senkaimon time! A speed run, here we go my friends. Mainly speed run nowadays means Senkaimon, but you can speed run other content for the game for sure, as a single player quest, co-op quest, etc. But it's mainly for a speedrun. Then the best units to speedrun, the fastest units in game, I wish it to make dual separation because it's very different. The fastest units in game are the units that have more flash steps and are able to do longest maps. Imagine a super long map that you need to flash step a lot, as a labyrinth or something as this. Then exist units that gonna be faster than other units with less flash steps, because Yoruichi and Soifon in game have extra flash steps. Just with one sprinter have 4 sprinters, and this is 3 extra sprinters for Yoruichi and Soifon always. This means that Uryu, Yamaji or Ichigo that have 2 sprinters and is the max sprinter that you can reach, you can put long stride, gonna have 3 flash steps, long ones, but Yoruichi and Soifon always gonna have 4 ones without extra sprinter. If any Yoruichi or Soifon have extra sprinter, then gonna have 5 ones. 2 more flash steps, and this is a very big difference when you try to speedrun long maps as labyrinths, etc. For that reason, I put it one list as the fastest units as Yoruichis and Soifons, and then later the other fastest units that have 3 flash steps and are amazing kits that in some cases gonna be better than Yoruichi and Soifon, for example in short maps. If a map is short and you don't need to flash step 20 times, then Uryu, Yamaji, Ichigo will be better than Soifon and Yoruichi for the kit, for the skills, for the beam, etc. But if it's a very long map, for sure Yoruichi and Soifon gonna be better than the other units because have extra flash steps. Literally, it is what it is. Then about Soifon and Yoruichi, at least in my opinion, the best Soifon is the new one. It's kind of crazy, but yes, have long stride, have guard break, also have very good damage skills. I mean, gonna be the Soifon with the max damage and also have a beam. Then it's perfect for a speedrun. It's not the perfect beam, it's just the moving one, but it's enough for a speedrun. You're just gonna move so fast, you're just gonna use the third strong, the bomb, reach the last boss, the last map, and then use the beam, use the Hado, and destroy it. I mean, this Soifon, I'm pretty sure that gonna be the best unit in tons and tons and tons of floors and runs, because it's very fast, it's ultra fast as Soifon as Yoruichi, and also have a beam and a good kit with good damage and guard break. Nothing more. And why is better than Safu Yoruichi? Because sadly the Safu Yoruichi no have a beam. Have a slow launch because we have two kind of launch. The first one, the fast one, that is from the Telea Soifon, the first strong, it's a fast launch. And then the second one, second strong of Soifon, it's the same as second strong of Yoruichi, it's a slow launch. It's a good one, it's a fast one, but Safu Yoruichi sadly no have a beam, have a very good kit, it's very long, have tons of damage, have also the war break to destroy it, but sadly no have a beam, and then other units are better, and that Soifon gonna be better just for the beam, in a lot of rooms, in a lot of cases, to destroy the boss, because sometimes the boss is far away. Then in my opinion, the new Soifon, Telea Soifon for the first launch, ultra fast, Yoruichi spirits are forever with you. Then Yorufon, sadly Yorufon no Havoc, but it's double killer and is a beam. Yorufon is super interesting unit too. Then we have Yoruichi Machine Society, ultra fast and a very good kit, very good damage. 1000-year Blood Warfare Yoruichi with a fast launch, but sadly few old kit and no war break, very sad about this. And the other Yoruichis no have war break, the last one with war break is the Machine Society one, and the Telea Soifon no have war break but have a launch and a ranked killer. A ranked enemies no have melee guard resistance, then Soifon is very good. If you go to the other enemies, Soifon no have war break, the Telea one, and can be few annoying, but it's super useful, and the first launch is just making unique. It's the best unit for a speedrun with the first launch, because the second one is Yoruichi 1000-year Blood War, and it's really worse than the Soifon. Then next one, Swimsuit Yoruichi, have a beam but a few weight one. The Pass Yoruichi Hair one is a very powerful unit, Christmas Yoruichi 2 and Christmas Soifon. It's few weird, I never use it, the second strong is not making so good. But all of the units have extra flash step, and if you put long stride can be super fast units to clear, because you have the third strong, you have the nuke, and then you can just move and destroy the boss. Those units are super fast, for real. And then move to the next speedrun units that are not Yoruichi and Soifon, have 3 flash steps and have the best kits to speedrun. In my opinion, Uryu is the best because have the launch help you so much on the speedrun, and the Uryu launch is insane, it's ultra big, can clear a map easy. Then Uryu, it's a monster with extra flash step and all, super fast beam, because the beam is so important too to speedrun and finish ultra fast. Uryu is a monster, literally frenzy plus 2, a lot of damage, double killer, also is human affiliation, Quincy affiliation. Uryu is crazy. It's one of the best units to speedrun for sure. It's better than tons of Soifons of Yoruichis, but in a long map, gonna happen what I told you. Then the next one is Yama. Yama have the best kit to speedrun, it's the same as Aizen, the beam, the homing vortex, and the third strong, it's just the best kit to speedrun. But sadly no have the launch is pretty interesting to speedrun too, because allow you to win some milliseconds in some map. Then Daddy Ichigo have an insane kit, it's just wonderful, no homing vortex but double killer, also the extra flash step. Daddy Ichigo is just a god for the speedrun, the Senkaimon is amazing man with the beam and all. Then Ichigo works, no have a beam as Daddy Ichigo, but have an amazing kit, double killer, ultra fast, etc. Aizen Kami-sama, it's the unique unit on this tier list, on the speedrun, that no have extra flash step, but have just the god kit, the best kit for a speedrun, the beam, the homing vortex, it's just amazing. The unit that is better than this Aizen kit, that is the best kit in game, the same kit as Yama, is the launch, is that Uryu have the launch. The launch is few better for a speedrun, but it's nothing more for the reason Aizen is here. Then the next one is Nini with extra sprinter, double killer, super interesting. Nini 2 is not the best kit in game, but it's double killer, extra sprinter, and also frenzy plus 2, insane damage. Ichigo 5 anniversary with the extra flash step, double killer, also the guard break, it's destroying so much, wonderful, super useful. Then Bruno, very similar to Ichigo, but Bruno is a super OP unit, man, it's really a monster with double killer and amazing kit, is so useful for a speedrun. Then the next one is Haribel. In my opinion, Anina Haribel is crazy, it's a ultra fast unit, man, it's making a lot of damage, super useful and helpful for the Senkaimon Speedrun, no doubt about it. And at the end I put it Kisuke, because have long stride and it's a very fast Kisuke. Then is one of the units that can have a lot of damage and have a very good kit to move on and help you. Also I am a Kisuke sim, my friends, I am a Kisuke lover, for the reason I put it Kisuke here on the top 10. Can be fighting with other units, are a lot of speedrun interesting units, but at least in my opinion, those are the best, as Yoruichi and Suifon extra flash step, and as the other ones with the best kits to speedrun and destroy the game so much. And so fast! The fastest of the Western! Hope that you enjoyed, my friends. The tier list is done. Another day, another victory! Yes! Another tier list, another victory finally done. The top 10 best units for all game modes was crazy. Yes, was a lot of hard work for real, was days of work, discussion with friends. Thank you my friends that helped me, Arnold, Cepren and Danny. Arigato my friends to help on the tier list, to discussion, to have tons of times, conversations, analysis, comparisons, was fucking amazing. Also cheers to Blacks, my friend, helped me so much. Was amazing, I really made it a deep research for this tier list, for this top 10 best units for all game modes, and I hope that you enjoy it. Maybe it was a long video, but it is what it is. It's a very deep analysis of the game, and a lot of units and a lot of game modes. Remember to share in a comment which is the unit that are you enjoying more and more, and in which game mode are you enjoying more and more as a Bleach Brave Souls player. Then, this is the end my friends. Remember to smash the like and subscribe the channel if you enjoyed that information, that crazy tier list, and keep tuned for in future more and more crazy stuff. This was the top 10 best units for Bleach Brave Souls updated tier list. Hope that you enjoy it. Keep tuned to the channel for more madness, passions and bankais, and let's go, let's do a good bankai to finish this amazing show, this amazing hard work and deep research, comparison, etc. Are you ready to make a good bankai to finish the show? Come on to share your passion, your max power! But before to leave, say thank you to Soul Dex and Hiken, the Bleach Brave Soul simulator. It's just the Sun Grail. Without the simulator, I never could do this kind of tier list. We need to appreciate the simulator. Bleach Brave Soul simulator, Sun Grail, the people. Kami-sama, Soul Dex, arigato! And now bankai to finish the show. Come on, all together, max power! 3, 2, 1, Seno Bankai!
Bye bye!